Alright guys, we're gonna make it a hat trick today because I still have a review coming up later. Fuck. But hey, got a wild hair at my butt. You guys have been asking for this video more than once, several of you. I see it come up all the time, so here it is. You guys want to know what my most anticipated games of the year are? So, I'm going to tell you. This is not going to be in order of precedent, although I am going to try to talk later about stuff that I'm most anticipating. So just take it with a grain of salt. I'm just going to kind of freeform. You know how I am by now. First one on my list, it isn't really a list, is Titanfall. I do not want an Xbox One under any circumstances. I can't imagine the circumstances that I want an Xbox One. However, Titanfall on PC looks great. And I am in the market for a new PC. I've been using a laptop as a PC replacement for just shy of 5 years now. I take that back. It has been over 5 years now. I'm about due. I need something that has a lot more video capability because of all the stuff I do here. I mean, when I get that kind of functionality, you can bet that the production value of the videos is going to go up. It's still going to be me talking, but it'll be a little bit easier on the eye, maybe some green screen or something like that. I've done that before, but the whole point being that I need an upgraded PC. And because I need an upgraded PC to do that, that also opens me up for a lot of gaming possibilities that I just have refused to even look into because I just don't care. PC's a really viable option, and now that controller functionality is fully integrated, like an Xbox 360 controller is one of, if not the best controller you can get for a PC. You can use a DualShock 4 as well, hoping that gets full native support across the board, and if it does, then there's no question I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming on PC. Even with PS Now, I mean, if I get used to that, take a DualShock 4 on the road, take my laptop somewhere, and great. So that being said, Titanfall on PC is something that I'm probably going to get when I get a new computer, because it looks like a great game. EA dropped the ball when it came to making it fully multi-platform. They lost way more money than they must have gotten from Microsoft for the exclusive deal. Dumb. But they've already said they're going to be going multi-plat with the sequel, almost certainly, so I ain't worried about it at all. And if they don't, I'll get it on PC. So, Titanfall, I mean, you guys have probably heard a lot about this by now. I honestly think that it's got a nice, unique combination of existing gameplay functionality. Mechs, parkour, and of course the Twitch shooting. I like Twitch shooting. I consider Killzone to be very much a Twitch shooter, with strategy elements, very fast-paced in that regard. Playing some Killzone last night, loved it. I almost streamed it. I wish I had. So I think I'm just going to start streaming whenever I'm playing something that isn't like private, which never. But anyway, so Titanfall. It's got some great stuff going. Although it has not been announced for this year, I don't know for certain when it's coming out. I am going to kind of talk about some games that they haven't announced a release date yet, but there's a slight possibility that it'll be coming out. Mirror's Edge 2, because parkour, that was one of the best games I've ever played as far as just being something totally new. You've never seen anything like it before. And I think with next-gen capability, it'd be really cool. One of the features they could implement in the new version of Mirror's Edge, I don't know, on the challenge maps, maybe make the maps and not single-colored fucking... The challenge maps in that game are like two-color. They're bichromatic. And it's not horribly appealing. You could have taken the same maps from the single-player campaign, cut them into pieces, and those could have been your challenge maps. I don't know what they were thinking at all. But I love that game. I love the experience. I'm hoping for more very soon, so that one. Infamous Second Son is definitely an anticipated game, not because I'm a huge fan of the series. I enjoy what I have played, what I have seen of Infamous. However, my primary excitement for the game is coming from the fact that this does look to be the first really, truly next-gen experience. Killzone is definitely up there in terms of the graphical representation, but I think the fact that they had the multiplayer in there kind of brought it down a little bit as far as being a full tech demo. Infamous Second Son, it's single-player campaign, you're focused on one thing, you've got this vast open space. It's going to be really, really cool, I think. And also, too, like, I was a huge fan of Crackdown for the Xbox 360, which I always thought was a poor man's Infamous with guns. And Second Son looks to be every bit the game that was, with way more depth. So, I'm really excited for it. The more I talk about it, the more excited I get. Interesting, huh? I've talked about it at great length, so that's why I'm talking about it earlier here. Watch Dogs, I think it's a no-brainer. If it was a numbered list, this would be at the top of the list, period. Alright? Looks to be an amazing game. It's breaking new ground with its companion app ideas, like what you can do with the companion app and so forth. The level of immersion that it's affording you and everything in between. Just an amazing game experience. If you want to hear what I really think about Watch Dogs, there's like at least 3 fucking Watch Dog videos down there, so go check them out, please. But Watch Dogs, huge, 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 huge. What else is out there? It's coming. If they release a Call of Duty this year, I'm anticipating it only because I want to see how low it sells. I gotta be honest. Like I think Call of Duty is on its way out. And the reception of Ghost has been pretty abysmal, and Call of Duty has already gotten a pretty hefty price drop. So, not seeing the Call of Duty franchise go much further as far as that is concerned. I would love to be proven wrong with a great Call of Duty game, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, you see that the best that Infinity Ward had to offer left and went to Respawn. You look at how amazing Titanfall is being received. You know, is it a perfect game? No, it's not a perfect game at all. But it is innovative, and it takes the best things from Call of Duty and expands on it rather than just being a rehash of the same old shit. Now, 10 years from now, we could be complaining about, okay, Titanfall's on its way out. So it's all relative. You know that, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I never played the Amazing Spider-Man movie tie-in from the first reboot movie. Various reasons behind that. I just never got around to it. I might, because they did port it to the Vita, and it's something that I would enjoy. But the second one I'm definitely going to get my hands on because it's next gen. And I have a habit. This is true. Every generation, the first Spider-Man game that comes out, I have to have it. Doesn't matter what the reviews are like at all. I'm a Spider-Man fanatic. So, I'm looking forward to whip-slinging on the console. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent game, and I think that the film looks really good. Sony's doing a great job of telling us what they're looking to do with the universe, expanding it with more villains and so forth. So I think this generation we can also look forward to seeing Venom games and Sinister Six games and everything else. So bring it on, Sony. Leverage that license, but do it right. Make sure you get the right developers on board, okay? Let's not let things like Ultimate Spider-Man on the PS2 happen, okay? Anyway. So Spider-Man 2, you know, there's not a whole lot superhero-wise going on. I kind of wish that there was, but the tie-ins are usually pretty shit. Spider-Man's hit or miss, but there's that. Murdered Soul Suspect, which just was announced to be PS4 as well as PC and PS3. When I first came on to the Isometric Perspective podcast, I came on for E3 coverage. and that was one of the games that all three of us were like, whoa. It looked really cool. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's essentially it's supposed to be kind of like a film noir, but it's like you're dead, you're a ghost, you're solving your own murder. It looks to have some pretty cool ideas in it. All the previews I've seen say it would be a good game, not a great game, but it's a cool idea, and it's something different. Thank goodness, we like different around here. So awesome. Just trying to think of what else is actually, coming. N++, amazing platformer puzzle ninja thing. I can't even describe it. It was a PC exclusive, then it went to Xbox 360. Now the sequel is going to be PC and PS4 exclusive. And they're looking into porting it to Vita as well, which, take all my fucking money. Take all my money. Do you have any idea how many hours I have sunk into that game? Hours of time. Oh, lost. Look into it. If you do any gaming on the PC at all, or you happen to have a DualShock 3 and you're curious about this game, go get the original on the PC and just play the fuck out of it. Big deal. And get it for the PS4 when it comes out. It's so good. So fucking good. Oh. Now, as far as me personally, and anticipated games like, oh my fucking god, here's the Grand Poobah, and I wish that you guys would be as excited for this as I am. Deception 4, Blood Ties. I've been a fan of this series for literally over 15 years. Tecmo's Deception, Kagero Deception 2, Deception 3, Trapped, and those first three were all on the original PlayStation. Trapped, Trapt, which just came out on the PS3 PlayStation Store as a PS2 Classic. It's $10. Don't ask any questions. Just fucking buy it. All right, you don't have to have played the originals to understand what's going on because they start a new story, and that's kind of what they do with each one. It's kind of like a weird sort of anthology where you've got the same elements. You've got a mansion or a castle, someone who's been framed for a murder they didn't commit, and then people were coming after them to the castle because they're evil, and they're given these demonic powers to trap and torture people and take their souls or kill them. And it's puzzle-based combat that's delivered in a really great Japanese style. It's absurdist. It's horrific and equally parts horrific and silly, I'd say. If you've seen the horror movie Otis, very similar tone, I think. But this is the fourth in the series. It's simultaneously getting released on the PS3 and the PS Vita. It comes out next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I pre-ordered it for the Vita because I wanted to put my money in that realm first to thank Koei Tecmo for doing that, and then I will go back and I will buy the PS3 version and I will pay full price because this game needs to be supported. We haven't seen a new one in almost 10 years. It skipped an entire generation. Actually, no, it's been 10 years. Holy shit. Yeah, it skipped an entire generation, but they were just late to the game. So let's hope that they don't do the PS4 version of Deception 5 in 10 years. I would much rather get one in 5 years. Please, please, oh please. So, if you do like the Deception series, it's coming out in a couple days. Go pre-order the fucking thing. Just do it. Make things happen. Games like this, I mean, it's so addicting. I literally lost sleep, weight, jobs, girlfriends playing this series. Not kidding. I wish that I was. Okay? It's that addicting. Which is why I'm happy it's coming to the Vita, because I can take it somewhere else other than here. And I want it to come to the PS4 so that I can remote play as well. So, amazing gameplay. Amazing. Unique. Nothing else like it on the market, period. Have to have it. Have it. Have it. And I have all the games on my shelf. I did make, for all my PS1 games, I have made DVD cases out of them, so they're a lot nicer. So I printed a custom cover and put them all in there. So now I'll have all 5 of them right in a row, and that's really cool. When a game comes out that's relatively small, and there's not a huge fan base for it, if you don't perceive that there is. You want to support as much as you can. Tell everyone you know about it. People, you know, I've done this in the past with games that I thought would not do well, but I wanted them to do well. I'd buy like 4 or 5 copies and give them out as presents, and just get people talking about it. And I encourage you to do that with this game and anything else that's small. There's a ton of indie games I'm looking at that you can't really gift them because they're digital and stuff. War Thunder, I shouldn't even have this on the list, but a North American release would be nice. I have an EU account, so I have it on my PS4 already, and I can play it. I haven't, I'm not going to lie, because I don't want to have this progression on one account and not the other. Kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Blacklight coming out of beta like you wouldn't fucking believe, because I want my money back, and I want to be able to buy way more crap and get way more invested in stuff and do clans and everything else. Support everything. If you're even remotely interested in something, just tweet the fuck out of it. YouTube about it, Google Plus about it, Facebook. Talk to your buddy, forums, everything. Get people to know about it. It's really important. Mighty Number 9's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year, so that's on next year's list. This is already a 16-minute video, guys. I'm going to just kind of stop it here, but know that Watch Dogs is the big one of all the games you guys probably know. But for me personally, my top is easily Deception 4, which is coming out in a couple days. I'm so excited, you guys! I really am. So, I didn't make a list. I was going to make a list, but I wanted it to be organic like everything else that we do around here. Tell me what your anticipated games are. Particularly if they weren't on my list. Alright? Let me know what I missed. I'll make a follow-up to this in a heartbeat. Tell me about all the other games that I've missed that I'm not thinking about. Things like the ports to the Vita like God of War and Borderlands 2 and things like that. Tell me what it is you're looking forward to and what system you want them on. Everything else. And let's try to stick to announced games. They don't have to have a release date, but they have to be officially announced, okay? So, down there, tell me what's up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, keep on grinding. See you guys with a review in a little bit.